think that needs
talking about Big Ten championships, though, everybody can do that, and it's just I think that's part of that identity. That's gone. I don't know why that went away, but that to me is the basis that you build on. That, John, how many times did you win the Big Ten?
We won it 3 times, and I
was
3
times, right? That to me was the basis of IU basketball. Let's win the Big Ten, and then you got to go on a 6-game run. AJ, did you guys win the Big Ten? Did you guys win the Big Ten?
No, we did not.
You didn't? But that's all you talked about, though, right?
That's all Coach Knight talked about every day until we were out of the question.
Yep. Yeah, and that to me is I don't think people that are alumni or fans or whatnot are expecting somebody to come in and win national champions. They want to be competitive, but they want to win Big Tens as a stepping stone to the tournament. And it's funny, I said the other day to a guy, I used to hear all the time in 94, 95, the game's passed Coach Knight by. The game's passed him by. And I said the other day, I said, you know what? That game's really passed him by when his worst years were finishing 3rd or 4th in the Big Ten and going to the NC tournament. We beg for that right now.
Well, also,
exactly.
you think about this, I'd say he had a couple of seasons and teams, at least when he was at Texas Tech, past his prime, that we would have been pretty happy of having those seasons the last 2 or 3 years.
Great point.
Yeah, it's a great point.
You got to have some luck, and Indiana had some bad luck with Coach Knight. I mean, what was the year that Alan Henderson gets hurt?
Mm-hmm.
With Calvert,
early 90s,
they had a great team. The 75 team. Maybe the 1980 team of Woodson doesn't get hurt. I mean, but those teams were winning Big Ten championships, and that's the thing that I would love to see back, is that identity of let's control the Big Ten, which then means you control Ohio, Illinois, in the recruiting aspect of things too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. That was definitely the focus, and I always tell people who don't remember my time, because we didn't win the Big Ten, we didn't win a national championship or have the deep runs in the tournament, was that was, I believe, was the transition year for Coach Knight, especially in recruiting. Because if you remember, I believe my freshman year, which was 96, 97, we lost Neil Reed. The following year, we lost who was a McDonald's All-American. Then we recruited Jason Collier. We lost him the next year. He was a McDonald's All-American. And then my senior year, we ended up was when the tape came out about something that happened back in 96. Back in 97. So we're looking back at that. I was like, man, we went through some tumultuous times, but the whole goal was still, we never even thought about it, because the whole goal was to do what Joe Hillman did, was to do what John Laskowski did. It was always focused on winning. When, I think at that time, the type of kid that we were trying to recruit changed. They just could not mentally take what the type of coaching that Coach Knight.
Do you think that's changed, AJ? Because, like John mentioned, everybody's worried about going to the NBA.
Absolutely. That's what I was
instead of coming to Indiana to win at Indiana.
Yep, I remember, and rest in peace, Jason Collier. But I remember their big argument was him shooting threes. He wanted to stay out there as a big man and shoot threes, and that was a big deal. Coach just wanted him to post up and throw up the hook shots. Kurt know that. Coach was wanting him to get the ball face up and throw that hook shot up. And Jason's like, no, I'm a stretch 5 before stretch 5s became stretch 5s. At that time, Luke Recker wanted to handle the basketball, and Coach wanted him to just be on the wing, move it out the basketball, shoot when you're open, like Randy Whitman. But he was like, well, that's the only way I can get to the NBA. He's like, well, you're going to have to go somewhere else. And that's what he did. So you're 100% right. The mentalities begin to change. But I also think Coach Knight began to adjust. Because
how'd that work out for Luke Recker in the NBA?
He never made it. He never made it, man. And, hey,
if you're good enough, you're good enough. Look at Isaiah. Isaiah came in and, everybody said, oh, you're crazy. It's going to be structured. I think the NBA gave 2 racks ass. They played for whatever. They knew Isaiah could play. If you can play, you're going to play in the NBA.